Hey guys, King of Charmander here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And today I bring to you the most powerful team statistically according to pvpoke.com. Well, it's statistically powerful teams. The interesting thing is this team is really it doesn't really have like a safe switch. It's really strange. So the team is, as you see here, for the strongest stats, it's Medicham, Alomomola, and Mad Cargo. So we open the sim, or we open the team, and as you see here, there's no real safe switch. If you safe switch in Alomomola, you get chucked by Electrode, possibly, or the Fighter, because if you read my analysis, Fighters are really strong against Alomomola. Same thing with Mad Cargo. Fighters, they could throw it into you, or worse, the fish is in the back, and then you just get freaking waterfall down with double super effective damage by an Alomomola or a Milotic. So that's just what it is. As you see, great coverage and bulk. Not very safe, and then, well, yeah, it says it's good safety, but like I said, not very safe because there's a lot of patterns that they could just throw into you, and you're like, oh, this sucks. And, of course, it's C for consistency. So, if you scroll down and you see this team does have a pretty low threat score, only really being threatened by the entire Slowbro family, or if you get the Medicham Mirror, which is understandable. But, like I mentioned, literally the entire freaking Slowpoke freaking family. It's hilarious. I'm like, dang, dude, like Slowpoke, like this is the first, well, this is the first time I've seen the Slowpoke family just be so strong. But team's really good. You'll see in the shoutcast where it's like, it's really RPS-y, and you're only like, some of your only real play is to kind of sacrifice Medicham in the lead and just try to realign. It's a lot like a Sinnoh Cup style team in a sense. But I hope you guys, hopefully this does give you an idea what to use, or you're already using this team. Not only people have used it, if you look at the results for it, only 0.7% was using it, which means one person kind of broke this team in, which is really impressive. But other than the sack the lead strategy, like I mentioned, I don't want to get trapped. But again, hopefully this team hopefully you enjoy the battles, or this team, you like this team and you give it a shot. So my mental health tip for the day is going to be Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day today, and I am like, oh god, you know, you're like King of Charmander, you're pretty confident in yourself and everything like that. And I'm like, yeah, I subconsciously battle. I'm a therapist. However, my circumstances for my Valentine are very, very tricky. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to find Princess of Charmanders, or maybe, hell, this might be the Queen of Charmanders, but we'll see. But my mental health tip for the day for you is actually Valentine's Day is where everybody literally like kind of breaks up. Or this article from Psychology Today, I actually read this, or like education from like couples when I'm a marriage family therapist. So here's the thing. They actually found that, like, through studies, that, like, giving things in Valentine's Day isn't actually the best thing to do. So they found it more that if you go out with your significant other and do something with them, it's a lot better than getting them a gift. The gift can be extra, but going out with someone and, like, planning a day together with Valentine's Day is actually better than giving something. So if you are busy at work and you work on Valentine's Day, it might be worth it for you to just take the day off and then just kind of like go out with your significant other. That's not me, that's science and studies. So yeah, go plan a date. Or if you already have one, good luck. I hope you have a wonderful time. For us single guys, for those of you that are shooting your shot, pray to God, pray to the gods that your shot goes through and something good comes out of it. Because King of Charmanders needs all the freaking Hail Mary luck right now. Because the King of Beams, I don't know. The shining ray of light is upon me. So I don't know if my hopes are going to get hyper beamed, or I'm going to hyper beam and be able to woo this princess. Not the queen, because unless you marry someone, you're not really the Queen of Charmanders. So yeah. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the battles. Hope you enjoy that mental health tip. And let's get started. Alright, so like I mentioned on the analysis, I was really confused because I'm like, there's really like no safe switch here. Do you just sack the lead if you lose the lead? And fortunately, we win the lead. This is Alomomola versus Medicham. And every fighter basically well, both fighters, Scrafty and Medicham, do have a positive matchup against Alomomola because you could just rev up with Power Up Punch. As you see here, we get a safe switch of one of the most disgusting Pokemon I've ever seen. You know, Shadow Razor Leafers, yeah? And then now all we're going to do is send in Magcargo to basically beat the unholy hell out of that Shadow Vileplume. That should not exist and should die. All of you should die. You should never live. We're going to get farmed down by Alomomola. My opponent lost a turn, but it doesn't necessarily matter because you're running Shadow Razor Leaf anyways, so you're really prone to RPS. And well, yeah. But you don't see a lot. I personally haven't seen a ton of Electro leads, so Alomomola lead isn't a bad idea. The only thing that sucks about Alomomola leads is that when you get a fighter like Medicham can just completely rev up and absolutely annihilate your soul. Our opponent goes for the Psychic. I'm going to shield everything at this point, and we get a Sylveon. This is perfectly fine, because I still have my own Alomomola, and as you see, I'm just going to switch it right away, even though I don't have shields. The thing is like, because Alomomola is so tanky, as you see here, they're just going to basically cancel each other out. I'm going to hit my Psychic, though. I timed it right so that they don't get those extra charms through. Psychic's going to go through. Hopefully, we get the debuff. Even if we don't, this should be, like, kind of a stalemate. As you see here, both of us are kind of in even damage. I will shield this, and all I'm going to do is just basically... It's going to be, like, a simultaneous KO. Or I'm going to be able to farm them down, and then I should be able to throw a Psychic at the back row. That's either scenario. And as you see here, because Alomomola is so tanky, even though mine has kind of crappy IVs, we're able to get to the move. I fire off the Psychic, and I over tap. I'm like, why isn't it firing? It like fires through when I tap it. I'm like, what the heck, why? So the Psychic goes through. My opponent elects not to shield, which kind of confuses me because I'm like, you know, you could have shielded that, and you might get to a Hydro Pump, and if you do, this would be a really tricky battle, but they choose not to. I'm guessing they wanted to save it for the Power Punch, but the thing about it is, it's like, yeah, if I pup, and would you rather shield a Psychic or a Power Punch? Or my opponent probably didn't know that. Because now that I'm revved up, all I really have to do is punch down, and I will outpace this Alomomola to the fast move damage for the W. And that's GG's. That was very odd. I'm like, you know, it's like Master Roshi. If you watch Dragon Ball, Master Roshi is a beast. Like, he's so good. And then once Dragon Ball Z hit, Master Roshi turned into, like he was still good. Like, he was still hella muscular and stuff. But then, like, bruh, like, dude, you, like, fell off the face of the planet. Like, it was, like, basically that. Got Legend on Legend action. This one was kind of odd. I got Medicham and a Crustle, which is a great lead for us. And our opponent elects to safe switch into a Lickitung XL. I hate Lickitung XL. This thing is so godforsakingly overpowered just because of how bulky it is. And yes, you can substitute it for a Licky, but at the same time, I really want a golden one and use it for Go Battle League. So all I have to do is just straight Power Punch. You don't have to shield any body slams here. Like I mentioned, if you use Hyper Beam, you can possibly take back Switch. Unfortunately, 99% of people using Lickitung XL are using Power Whip, even though the only target you have is Alomomola. So yeah. Now, as you see body slams go through, we're just going to keep punching. I believe my opponent does quit out just because I'm guessing that they don't have an answer to Medicham XL, or just the fact that it's like, I just beat the unholy crap out of I Saitama one punch the freaking crap out of that stupid Lickitung XL, and that's GG's. So yeah. But that's why Medicham lead is like pretty good, but at the same time, it's like I mentioned, this team doesn't really have a save switch. So I'm like, do you just sack the lead? So as you see for our third match, we lose the lead entirely. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't want to give up switch. So all I'm going to do is try to come out with shield advantage. That's why you see me firing the Psychic here. And I'm like, okay, either pray for the debuff or come out with shield advantage. That's pretty much what, like, the game plan is. Or they just take it, and I'm like, okay, I'm kind of confused as to what to do right now. Because as you see here, they're beating the holy crap out of my Medicham. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to send in Magcargo, and I'm going to try to get as much farm as I can. Again, if you get the Charmer lead, it sucks a lot because it does really well. And this is kind of like the only thing you can do. Send in Magcargo, try to get some energy, and I'm down shield. So my brain is like, okay, unless Alomomola absolutely trucks the back row, I'm in a whole lot of danger right now. We're going to fire off Rock Tombs. Please ignore the 2 bubbles I just sold. Oh, actually 3 that I've soloing this. We're going to debuff this Electrode, and then we're going to be able to eat discharges. So I can eat at least 1 or 2. That's a good thing about it. And the good thing is we resist Hyper Beam, which is actually great because I don't want to get Hyper Beamed, and unless they just want to absolutely disrespect me, which is totally a viable option because even they do have shield advantage. So as you see here, all we're going to do is Rock Tomb to victory. Hopefully I grab a shield, and we do. The unfortunate thing is that this discharge might kill. If not, I have to switch in Alomomola. So my only prayer is that Alomomola is going to be able to basically have a strong matchup against their back row. As you see here, I will be able to get a Talonflame into my Alomomola, and I'm like, I'm vibing so hard right now because the only thing I really have to do is just farm down Talonflame. Talonflame, because I got that extra waterfall through, Talonflame won't be able to get to 2 Brave Birds, and at the same time, I can eat a Brave Bird. So I just eat the one here, and then I farm down. As you see here, I time everything right so that damage doesn't register. And all I have to do is just fast move down for the W. I didn't have to do anything extra just because the Electrode was so hurt. And yeah, GG's. That was a sweaty battle. At the same time, I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to throw anything. I just have to farm you down. And then I think they might have had a better... They had to bird me anyway, so that's why I was thinking that, like, win con right there. And then, as you see, we get the lead against another freaking Lickitung XL. So we win this one hard, and all we're going to do is punch it down. But, like I mentioned, if you don't, essentially, your only choice is kind of to sacrifice Medicham if you lose the lead. Unless it's a Charmer, then it's like, speaking of the Charmer, there's the Charmer. And then all we're going to do is we're going to send in Mad Cargo. We're going to slowly burn down this Wiggle. It's wiggling fiercely. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Of course, Wiggles fiercely wiggles and tries to take out your soul, just like many of your elo right now, of course, because Double Charm is still really freaking good for some odd reason. And for some odd reason, it hasn't been nerfed yet. Bruh, it's Go Battling's been out for like 2 years, and like fast move damage hasn't even been nerfed. Like, really, bro? Like, there is no balance. There's no balance in the Force. There literally is no balance in the Force. We're out here like, you know, the Jedi Order has been like the Last Jedi and everything like that. And there is no Last Jedi. Charmers just rule the world. As you see here, I'm pretty happy that I fired because I wasn't really paying attention because that waterfall that goes through will like almost KO me. So as you see, no waterfalls go through. Alomomola, all I have to do is put my Medicham into that Alomomola, and then hopefully Alomomola is able to kill the back row. I send in mine. This is kind of a bad idea. I should have stayed in with Medicham, but I guess my idea is that I want Medicham with energy. So I kind of kicked myself in this because it would have been better to just leave Medicham with this Lickitung. However, I think what I try to figure is like maybe they have an Electrode in the back, so that's why I switched into it. Because King of Charmanders doesn't really, like, you know, I let my subconscious battle for me. I don't think super hard. A lot of my thing, I use my subconscious. I'm a therapist, okay? You gotta use your subconscious, you know, when you're like doing therapy. So we take out the Lickitung, and it's a Alomomola, and I'm like, bruh. I was like, wow. So I was wrong. So it was okay anyways. I mean, it was good for the fact that there's no Electrode in the back, but Medicham XL does have a great matchup against Alomomola, and all I'm gonna do is send it in here, pop, power up, rev up, and all we're gonna do is 1, 2, flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and my titty leg. That's what Ali Lucky, she's like, I call her my student because I taught, like, when she first started streaming, like, I bought it for her and everything. Like, I love her to death. I love Ali Lucky. Check her out on Twitch. She's my student, and she's gonna graduate soon, so I fucking adore her. And oh wait, I cussed today. It's okay. You know, I'm not PG-13 on my channel. You'll very rarely hear that, but yeah, I love her. She's doing well in college, like every student should. Get good grades, and that's GG's. Good match against Alomomola. All you have to do is really just punch down right there, and yeah, that was my idea though. I thought there would be an Electrode in the back. That's why I sent Alomomola, and now we're just gonna rev up with Power Up Punch, but worked out. We got Medicham and Drew. I still can't say this thing's name, so you can roast me in the comments. Druddigon. And then we get a Slowbro. I'm kind of kicking myself in the foot here because I'm like, wait, why did I send in freaking Mad Cargo? I should have sent in Alomomola, but it doesn't really matter here. We get the extra Incinerate through, which is great. I shield this, and I'm like, why did I shield a Psychic? And I'm like, well, he's squishy, and at the same time, I wanted a Rock Tomb first. But then I guess my biggest fear was I was going to get blasted because, you know, so I started blasting. And the Danny DeVito reference is very strong, and just because, you know, you got Focus Blast. The issue here is I shield again because I fear the blast. You got to respect the blast. I'm going to farm that anyways. They're up 2 shields. We got that Druddigon versus my Medicham. The issue here is that Medicham does have a great match against his Dragon-type Pokemon. But how the hell is this thing even, like, eligible? Literally the only thing red about this thing is its dome. The dome and the scales. Everything else is not like red and pink. Like, it is so stupid how this thing is actually eligible for the Love Cup. Like, I know you're like, King Charmer, really, bro? But like, no, in all honesty, look at its face. This is all you got going for you, bro. This is all you got. Literally. And somehow you're eligible for this cup based off of that? Then why aren't our shinies aren't eligible? And then we get a Talonflame. So as you see here, this was my guess that there was like probably like a fire type in the back. I guess that's why I saved it. Again, subconscious. And that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. This team it's statistically the most powerful team, but it's just like the best top. But it's like my brain was kind of scratching. I'm like, I don't know. Because like, I don't like the fact that like you don't really have a safe switch. You're just sacrificing everything, so it's just like, okay, and it's like, what do I do? So, I kind of figured out there, if you lose the lead, you have to sack Medicham, and it's like, okay, so, alright. And then, that's what you do. So, sack Medicham in the lead, and hopefully you come out with a win con. Either way, rock, paper, scissors is strong, so Rochambeau is always the thing with Go Battle League when you have a blind format. So, it's what it is. Nothing much you could do about it. You lose sacrifice Metatron. Hopefully you can come out with a win con like you did here, where I just like fast move down, or like I kind of just guess, like predict like what I have to say for the other two. But you can also do it for like, you can also like set up Rock Tomb plays with Mad Cargo. So it's really good, and I like it. It's a good team. But again, not really my cup of tea, just because you don't really have a safe switch, and I like hyper beaming more. Hashtag get beam. You always go for the beam. The Jedi Order of Beams. You know, a Grandmaster of Beams. That's like my title, the Grandmaster of Beams. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As you see here, I have my 2 Charmanders right here. If you do me a huge favor, you see next to them, there's that little subscribe box. Please like and subscribe. It's totally free. Really appreciate my current subscribers. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets. I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I will see you guys on the next video.